All right, traders, this is Blake Morrow, and you are listening to the daily Roundup webinar. Can you guys see my screen okay? Just want to make sure you guys can see this okay. Can you see the S&P here? Okay, Ash, thank you very much. All right, thanks, guys. Thank you. Good. You guys can hear me well, too. All right, so let's, first of all, before I even get into the euro and the absolute destruction of the euro dollar, let's talk about where the S&P is at. So as I tweeted earlier, we're at the big multi-year since the financial crisis trend line. So make no bones about it, this is big. It's big and it's badass, and a break below here is not going to be pretty. I don't expect us to break right now. We might be able to consolidate here, maybe. For the end of the week. Is today Thursday? It is Thursday. Oh my God. So I think we're going to be able to consolidate here, but it's a tall ask based on what we're seeing. Problem is if we break this today, which limit down another 4% lower from where we're at right now, roughly takes us to 2,400. So that means we could get here. We could get to about here if we go limit down again, if we continue to break. So just I want you to think about that just in case we actually do. I mean, I'm trying to be an optimist here. I actually played the S&P twice. Once right here for 60 points on this initial bounce. And then I played another time right over here for maybe 20 or 30 points. I forget what it was. And I'm not playing it anymore. I went to the well twice already, and I happen to dip in and make some decent money. I'm not so sure I'm going to be lucky the third time around. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to be really, really careful around these areas in the S&P, because if we break down, it's going to get even uglier. And look at the euro. Oh my God, we're bouncing. All right. So anyway. Let's talk a little bit about what's happened with the dollar. Now, if you guys are wondering, why has the dollar gained so much today? If you're listening to the FACE webinar, you know that what I was talking about earlier today as the dollar being, I told you earlier, you don't want to be short the dollar in this environment because it's ugly. When the S&P, we finally got to that breaking point earlier, when we were limit down right here, and I said, hey man, we're at levels that now dollar funding issues become an issue, right? And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of dollar strength. On top of that, you had the ECB that did not cut interest rates. So the initial reaction to the euro was stronger and it rallied, and then it reversed, just like what we've seen on several different occasions over the last couple of months or last couple of weeks with central banks. They do one thing, the market's knee-jerk reaction is to go with monetary policy or whatever would be supportive. Then we saw the exact opposite. So once the euro broke through 112, I shorted it. I ended up making like, I don't know, 40 pips, 35 pips or something. And I thought I was a rock star because we were hitting the 127% extension of this move. 127% extension. Oh yeah, 127% extension of this move when we dropped through. Oh no, I'm sorry. We hit the 161% extension right here, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna fly through it. Test the stops. I got out. And we just continue lower. But now we're at the 618 retracement of the entire euro move. That comes in at 110.50. Do I think that the euro is going to break that? I don't know. Because, well, let me just put it this way. If the markets continue to drop, when I say the markets, I'm talking about the S&P. If you see the S&P continue to drop, you will continue to see dollar demand. We'll see the dollar yen rally. We'll see the euro dollar rally. We'll see the cable. I mean, the cable's down 300 pips today. I mean, this is a massive dollar move. It's massive all the way around. We got the, the Aussie that's broken below 63 cents, Kiwi's breaking down, the Canadian ripping, the dollar Mexican peso coming out of its shoes today. You got a lot of things working in the dollar's favor right now. If the S&P can hold this 2,500, we might see a little bit of this pressure come off. But I like I said, I want to warn you guys that now that the stock market is below 20%, it is now in a place where people are like, off, forget about it. Just put me in cash, put me back into dollars. We're at that breaking point, and you're seeing a lot of funding issues in credit markets that are starting to really, wear on the markets, on the currency markets. So this stress is building dollar strength. So right now, I'm not really too sure what to do. You might say, Blake, well, do I buy the euro dollar because it's at the 618 and I think I might get a bounce? You might get bounces out of it. I just don't know if it's going to hold. Right? I just don't know if it's going to hold now. Now, the one question I'd like to address is the dollar yen, because I've been wanting to short this, and I shorted it actually at 68 earlier. I short when it was at 68 or 67, right up here, right up here. I closed it when it dropped in the 20s, and then or in the 30s, and then I've stayed away from it. But I would not be surprised, with all the dollar strength that we're seeing, if the hold on really quick. With all the dollar strength that we're seeing, if we don't revisit like 10, it's been really well bid. So I wouldn't be surprised if we revisited the like 106.50s or so before we roll back over. And matter of fact, if we do it just a simple ABCD, that'll take us up to like 108, just so you guys know. All right, you can see 108, which would be the 618 retracement. Again, if it's a dollar move, what we're seeing right now is a broad-based dollar move. So if it's a broad-based dollar move, we could very easily see a move up to 108 before we turn lower again. I am a US dollar Japanese yen bear, but this move has been pretty massive and it's been pretty strong. I've felt very nervous shorting the US dollar Japanese yen, which is not normal for me, but in this environment I have felt very nervous. I'm a little worried about shorting it because it's holding up so well. And I think one of the reasons why it's holding up so well is because it's just a major dollar move. We're seeing a huge move in gold. Now you might also be wondering, where do you buy gold? Gold, I think, just pivoted off a pretty key support, down here. I do think this 15, you can see this is a big support zone that I have on here. Let's zoom out a little bit. Big high traffic area all through here. This is near the breakout point. Anywhere between like 1520 and where we're currently at is probably going to give gold some near-term support. I'm not necessarily a buyer today because that's a pretty big long liquidation. I do believe that the market is currently liquidating anything and everything that they're profitable. I've also heard there's a lot of margin calls going off in the gold market from some other desk traders. So that's an issue with gold, but I actually think gold's a buy somewhere, probably, like I said, maybe in the low 1500, somewhere in that area. So anyway, I think I'll have to reiterate, this is a very, very tumultuous and very scary environment. Please, if you haven't done so, try out ForexAnalytix. It's only $1 for 10 days. Come join us in our chat room. So this way you're at least around other traders, not just myself, but a lot of my team members, but also traders that have been doing this for years and years and years. So they can also, help you, like you can get some ideas of what they're thinking, what they're doing. That's always important, especially in you know, it's hard when you feel like you're on an island somewhere on your own. Be with us. So when you log in, it's just this little icon right here. It says go to chat room right next to your icon here next to your name. So I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for being here, and good luck. You guys take care out there, and I really hope you are trading carefully. Thanks, guys.